Hi, I want you to watch me on Dominion TV, Sandrie and Friends. Time and day is below.
This is Sandrie and Friends, laser focus now.
Hey guys, we're so excited. This week we have my special friend, the one and only, the cookie lady, Dr. Lauretta Pierce. Are you ready?
Yes, I am. And Sandrie, guess what? They're going to see if God can use a cookie to change my little jacked up life. Imagine what he can do for theirs.
Whoa, there's no secret.
Tune in.
Tune in. See you there.
This is Sandrie and Friends, laser focus now. Sandrie and Friends. Sandrie and Friends. Whoa. This is Sandrie and Friends, laser focus now.
Hi, this is Sandrie with Sandrie and Friends. And you know, last week my friend was here with us, Dr. Lauretta Pierce, and I said, you know what, this conversation must continue. And so here we are again. We're back. Isn't it awesome? I love it. I count it all joy. You know, in my life, friends have been few. Few. And the most meaningful friends have been, for some reason, older ladies. Like when I was in my 30s, my best friend was in her 50s, and so on and so forth. But the three, well, of course, there comes a time where you expire here on earth, but you get your heavenly promotion. So first, I lost Mother Simmons.
Oh, wow.
Then I lost Mama Pearl. And this week, I lost my friend Naomi.
Yeah.
And Naomi was in my life for almost 40 years. Virginia Beach was unbelievable memories. The years that I spent doing my conferences at the Founders in Regent University. Just amazing things that we did there. Naomi was that prayer warrior.
Wow.
That woman that stood by me, and even when I wanted to, you know what, it's, and I'm not a quitter, but Naomi would say, girl, get over it. Get up. What do you mean? That voice of, and I'd be like, oh my God, I better just get with the program. There's no time to. And when I think of you, Lauretta, I'm so encouraged knowing how the other day when I thought about it, I just said, Lord, I thank you. I just thank you.
I do too.
I thank
do
you.
too.
Friends are few. That inner circle, handful, and look out. Sometimes I don't know about a handful, but I have to tell you, Lauretta, I thank God for you.
Oh my gosh.
And the more that I see God doing, how even your friendship has brought me to another level in my mindset and believing that, you know how they say, oh, there's still a few good men. Are there still a few good women out there that are true, that keep it real, that are really looking out? I love the way you know how to deal with everybody. And every time I see you at work, I say, Father, bestow some of that grace upon me. I'm a preacher's
But you know, I have the gift of goodbye, though.
Oh, you do. But I
Yeah.
have to learn. There are some things along the way, as you know, the word says, right? I'm confident of this very thing, that he who has begun a good work in me will perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. Well, I'm work in progress, work in process. But I have you to know that when the word says iron sharpens iron, it's friends like you that help me to keep it together. But when I got that call, literally, first I cried. Then you go through I can't believe it. I knew the time was coming, but nothing prepares you for that moment.
No.
I felt the heaviness. Here we go, Lord. And back then I used to say, I don't want no more friends, Lord. That's it. When this one's gone, Lord. And then you see the Lord knew. This was happening this week. And so he also knew that several years ago he would have to bring a Dr. Lauretta Pierce into my life. Without me, it's amazing. I didn't look for you. I didn't ask for you. But God said, I will make sure that you have your keynote speaker for that conference. So my obedience generated my blessing.
And that still blows my mind, that story. When your husband Reuben said to you, are you sure? Are you?
Oh, he said, how are you going to put a flyer up with the 3 presenters and no keynote speaker and the circle
Only a businessman would say that, right?
And I said, well, I am moving in faith. I am obeying the Lord. This is what he put in my heart. He said that by the time I get back, I was headed to Monterrey, Mexico, Prophets Arise. I was one of the keynote speakers with my pastors, Apostle Dr. Richard Hayes and Fonda Hayes. And I recall that I said, honey, by the time I get back, the Lord said he would have that ready for me. And lo and behold, there I am. My connection flight, Dallas, waiting early in the morning. My phone rings.
And there I am on my laptop looking at sales, looking at, doing early in the morning, and LinkedIn popped up, which I really don't go on that profile very much at all. Maybe post a little something inspirational. And the flyer came up, I think it was the flyer or the story.
You don't know me. This is the phone call.
Yeah, and I was like,
but I'm reading your flyer.
Yeah, and it
said, I noticed. You tell me what you
are
noticed.
Going to be there, and then I sent you the email because I knew it was God, but I didn't know. I just knew what I heard, what I felt, and also I knew that the person receiving it would probably think, who is this wacko saying, I am coming, I am your speaker. You don't have to worry about anything. I've got this. I will just be there.
Oh my goodness. I said,
and I was like, send.
Well, the thing is this, from the phone call to the confirmation to people asking me, are you sure? Will it really happen? But fast forward, it happened. You came. And it was like, I feel that the Lord, this was a connection made in heaven.
It was, because look at the traffic, look at everything to get there.
Oh my goodness.
And then on my way, because I had been doing conferences and I didn't know how, but I just knew it was God. And then on my way, the Lord spoke and said, the whole message I had been studying, I felt God just flipped the script and said, I have come in. It was from Daniel. I have come in response to your words. Before your words were ever spoken, I have come. Yeah.
Wow. Well, all I know is that here we are today. And this week, I could not help but thank the Lord as I lost a very dear friend. And, in the Word, it speaks about there are friends that are closer at times than even family. And I love my family. But actually, Papa Rube, Pastor Rube, Honorable Reuben, Mayor Bermudez, whatever, because you call them all of the above.
Yeah.
We feel
little button.
A cute little button, who calls him that. But you and I, when we talk, we say,
Amazing.
We're family. We're
Yes.
family. And it feels
My
like that
family's
even
your family.
when I come to your home and the whole family's there,
Yeah.
Joy, all of them. And
Everybody,
it just
yes.
blesses me, the grandkids. But I love the mere fact that we could be here talking about family, friendship, all the wonderful blessings, the cookies, the candles, the coffee, and all that. But then fast forward, because so much has unfolded.
Yeah.
So here we are now talking about a book, a movie, and we're talking something spectacular. I mean, something as far as I'm concerned, I'll be shouting it to the mountaintop because
Yes.
won't he do it?
Yes.
But God, I mean,
Mhm.
it's a celebration. How are
Yeah.
you feeling with what's about to unfold?
I think maybe this time I'm a little not apprehensive, not afraid. I think I'm a little like, wow. Okay. So fast forward, there was a book written years ago, If God Can Use a Cookie. And in that particular book, the can I tell you the whole what
Yeah,
happened?
go right
Okay,
ahead.
so my business partner at that time, John Lupo, a phenomenal man, and who I love dearly, who's connected to everybody, called me up and
From
said,
Wall Street on up.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
He, Mr. Wall Street, Lupo
Yes,
Enterprise.
that's right.
Anyway, to TBN as well. So he called me up and said, "Hey, Joel Norrie, and I can say the name, from Destiny will be calling you. He wants to have lunch with you, or he wants to talk to you about your book." And Johnny said, "Get your manuscripts ready. He wants to set up an appointment." And I thought, oh my God. So let me explain to you, first of all. My manuscripts were notes I had been writing for years on bill envelopes. I said toilet paper rolls.
Paperwork is all over the place.
Everywhere. Anytime I have a little word, I'm writing something down. But I had a box with all these nuggets, and so I couldn't tell a lie. Joel contacts me, and we text back and forth, and we're going to meet on a particular Friday, in the afternoon. Well, he arrives early. We're meeting at a Starbucks, and he arrives early, and he tells me, so we're going to do an early lunch. And so I get all the papers, pile them in a little vanilla envelope. It's all swirled up. And I get down to Starbucks, walk in, and I realize this must be him. And I hadn't Googled, never checked out who Destiny was, his name. I usually don't. And so there he is. And we sit down, and I just looked at him with all this crap and stuff in my lap. And I just came clean and said, look, I have to be honest with you. I don't even know why you're here with me. I don't know what Johnny told you. I don't even know why I'm writing a book. People tell me I should write a book, but I'm not an author. Yeah. And he's just calm.
He's just checking you out.
Chill, cool guy.
Listening.
Orders a cappuccino and, orders me one. I'm like, okay. And so I just fold the envelope tighter in my lap, and all of a sudden it hit me that the Starbucks we were in used to be a Shoney's restaurant. And while the cappuccino was coming, I'm looking and I said, oh my gosh. And he's like, what's wrong? And I said, this used to be a Shoney's restaurant. I used to waitress here for years while I was raising my kids. Well, this is crazy, And he was like, okay. And then he said, really? And I said, oh, I waitress my life. And then I said, and Joel, can you look up that? And he turned around, he looked up the hill. I said, that is Spartanburg Regional. I worked there at the hospital. I worked there second shift. And I would look on the 7th floor down the hill, because we're on a hill, at Shoney's, thinking I have to be there in the morning. And he said, no kidding. And I said, yep. But on the 2nd floor were my 4 children. We didn't have electric, and they would come, and I would have them in the doctor's station where they had recliners, and I don't think so. There was no electric. The water may have been disconnected as well, Sandrie. Yeah, because I think they would shower and do their homework.
No electricity, no water.
Yeah, this is our little home here. And the awesome thing was the women down in the cafeteria knew my kids. They were young, and they would prepare their dinner, and I would pay when I got paid. And Corey liked mac and cheese and tenders, chicken tenders, and it was kind of like a movie kind of thing, you know what I mean? And so I'm thinking, wow, I'm here where I waitressed, and that's where we resided, per se. And so I come back, and he was like, could you excuse me for a minute? And he went to the restroom, and then he came back, and he wanted to hear more about me, and I talked a little bit more, and I would often say, I don't even know why John had you come here. And can you excuse me for a minute? And he'd go back to the bathroom. And then I noticed like the third time that his eyes were misty, and he said, and he said, what was the name of your book? And I said, If God Can Use a Cookie. And he said, is there any other hook that you say? And I said, On an Ordinary Day.
On an ordinary day. Mm.
And Joel said, why do you say that? And I said, because it was just an ordinary day, Joel. You know, I got up, I worked out in my living room in my little $600 a month apartment in Atlanta with the truck with no heat in the wintertime. I went to my $13 an hour job. I was the baller in Atlanta, Georgia.
$13 an hour.
What? I had Jesus, girl. You couldn't tell me nothing.
$13 and Jesus.
I had Jesus, girl. You couldn't tell me nothing. I went to work, and by 12:30 that afternoon, I had that conversation with God, you know, that I needed a word. And he said, so does everyone else, word of God in a cookie. And by 12:30 that afternoon, on an ordinary day I had never expected, my life changed. And so then Joe began to tell me a little bit about the Destiny Publishing Company and the wonderful things they did. And I looked at him and I said, how do you know so much about them? Tell me, do you know the owners? Do you know the family? You know, are they good people? I mean, they sent you here to see me. I mean, you know, tell me about Destiny. And he said, what do you want to know? And I said, like, the owner, do you know the owner? And what did he say, Sandrie?
He is the owner.
He is the owner. So from that moment on, I have been connected. When you say that about me, the connector. So when the owner of Destiny Publishing comes to have lunch with you, or tea, or a cappuccino, count yourself blessed. And so from that time on, he's been patient with me, because although I had many opportunities to publish that book, I wanted the Holy Spirit to speak. I wanted the book to have more than, I just needed the meaning to be profound. Everybody that received it needed to feel exactly what God wanted them to feel. So I waited, and since that time, I received a email and a call, actually, a call first. And this was from Reese Witherspoon's
So
Hello
for those who
Sunshine.
may not know, because we're talking about several things here. One is the book
and
the
one
meeting with
is
Destiny, and the other one is the
movie.
movie. And so Witherspoon, who is Witherspoon?
And that's so interesting. And I didn't know who we were. I'm so,
because I know,
forgive
but
me.
you know, for those
I
that don't.
I said, who's Reese Witherspoon? To my daughter. And it just so happened, Reese was looking for 3 women with 3 strange stories that had happy endings, per se. And one of her assistants saw me on a television show and never forgot the story, because she too was going through a situation that I had to overcome, the domestic violence, and she said that she was hesitant because she knew it was Christian. And so she said, well, I know a lady that I remember watching, and blah, 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 and plugged in. The next thing I knew, I get the call. And so where I am now is writing and just.
And getting ready for
Yes.
You know what?
Getting ready for
what
the
I
next.
love, what I love is, one thing is that you're writing. Another thing is that you're writing, and you know that there are several major
components
that are interested in what you're writing. It's not like you just have one door. There are many doors. Now it's walking through the right
That's
door.
correct.
One for the book, and several interested in the movie. And what, oh my goodness, I just can't wait to see
so
what I have to wait. And I know all that's unfolding,
God.
but I can't.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel that I'm more excited than you. And that's so important, though. Because, well,
you know, I'm kind of always mellow.
Well, you are. And when we first met, I remember saying to you, Lauretta, I see the book, I see a movie. And from here, from saying that to a few years later, the book
Yeah.
and the movie is in conversation. And recently, TEDx. What happened with
Oh,
TEDx?
wow. Well, so TEDx is how high can you go? I mean, it's a great platform because I will be speaking from an inspirational side, and it's not biblical, but definitely.
It's totally biblical.
Yeah,
the way I see it.
not throwing scriptures out, not quoting them, but just.
But you're being a witness. You're bringing it to life.
It comes out of me.
Oh my goodness.
It comes out of me because I can do all things.
Mm-hmm. All things. I've been equipped. I've been empowered.
What?
I lack nothing. I mean,
No.
right? We find a way to bring that message across. How do you feel when that opportunity, that door? I mean, I know you prepare for it. There's classes involved and all that. But that platform is a global platform also.
Yes. I think I hired a speech coach to perfect. And our first meeting, we dialogued and we went over the blurps and, my sessions and my life and what I would talk about, because that is exactly it. You're talking about from zero, as we say, to hero, from leaving New Jersey with a reputation of being almost murdered and nothing good, no degree, no nothing, 4 children in a U-Haul packing up and running away. Okay, and you come back and you come back on the front page, okay, the Hall of Fame, and I mean, how does that happen? And so we talked about that, and we were doing the lines of time to keep it consistent. And at the end of the session, I was like, okay, so when is our next
meeting
appointment? Yeah, I'm ready, girl. And she said, you don't need me. You don't need me. And I was like, I do. And she said, be yourself. Just be you.
That's what I have
Just
found.
go on that stage and be you and tell them what's in your heart. Keep the chronological order, but tell them. And so I now feel relieved. I'm definitely empowered. And, I feel as though I'm a voice for him. And every opportunity, like you talk about me, talk about me.
Yes.
Do you have to study to talk about me?
Absolutely not.
Do you have to stay up all night long and think, okay, now what am I going to tell them about this? I'm going to tell them about that. When the fish in the Atlanta aquarium know that people are coming, or the sharks or the whales, do they get all prepared and say they're coming? Do they? Do they? No. When the lights are on or the lights are off, they're doing them. They do what fish and whale and shrimp and everything else do. And so I look at that with my life with God. I would not be here but by his grace. He trusted me. He trusted me with these platforms. And any way I can bring light to, I serve a God. This ordinary girl has had the most extraordinary life, because of his grace. I'm on the mic.
I love it. I love it. I love the way that God is just doing Lauretta. I feel like every layer just gets better.
That's that old song. He gets sweeter. It's like just another day with Jesus.
He
Sweeter than the days before.
As the days go by.
Yeah.
Oh, what a love between my Lord and I.
That's a good one.
I keep falling in love with him. I'm totally blessed to see that we can shine.
Yeah.
Every platform that's made available, every door that opens. I love seeing that you can actually minister to all, whether they're in government, whether in corporate, whether it's ministry, whatever platform it may be. Absolutely.
Under the bridge.
We just did the outreach not a few months ago in Spartansburg.
Oh, yeah.
For the homeless.
Yeah.
And you were all excited. As a matter of fact, it was when we were here for the last. We were doing some shows here, and you were leaving from here to get everything ready because you were gonna.
That's
bless
right.
the
Give away.
community.
All the time.
Giving.
Always funny stories. Always funny
There's always
stories.
another story to tell. But you know what, guys? We are ever so grateful. Listen, I repeat this a lot. There is no secret to what God can do and what He's done for Lauretta, what He's done for others, what He's done for me. He'll do for you.
Amen.
It's one of my favorite things to always share with you. Sandrie and Friends has many different ways of bringing forth the message. And my friend, Lauretta, my sister from another mother, a woman of God, an entrepreneur, a CEO, a corporate speaker, a woman that can come to your house or to your church or to your corporation.
Or
and
you
bring
can come
about
to
that
hers.
message. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm blessed to say that when I go to her house, she actually cooks for me. She goes, I can hire a chef. I'll tell you what my husband says, no, just make your homemade gravy or tomato sauce or
and
whatever.
root beer float.
And root beer float. But we keep it real and we just enjoy each other. Guys, the greatest gift of all, mankind. Again, He's there for Lauretta. He's there for me. And guess what? He's there for you. We love you. This is Sandrie and Friends. And just stay connected every week right here with you. Thank you for giving us access to your home.
This is Sandrie and Friends. Laser focus now.
Hi, this is Sandrie with Sandrie and Friends. I want you to follow me, connect with me, keep me posted. We got to keep this conversation going, flowing. So connect, social media, through email, website, whatever. I want to hear from you. Love you. Hi, I want you to watch me on Dominion TV, Sandrie and Friends. Time and day is below.
This is Sandrie and Friends. Laser focus now. Sandrie and Friends. This is Sandrie and Friends. Laser focus now.
Hey guys, this week on Dominion TV, you gotta watch on Sandrie and Friends. The one and only, my wonderful husband will be with me. The Honorable Ruben Bermudez, Pastor Ru, Papa Ru, call him whatever you wanna call him.
Yes, absolutely. Don't miss it. I'll see you there.
This week,